Hello, Tammy Jersey Roberts, functional nutrition counselor. This is video number 5 of 5 on functional nutrition's approach to health. Share my screen. Again, video number 5, functional nutrition's approach to health. And if you've watched the other videos, then you're already aware that everything is connected. All of the body is one big ecosystem. And that even includes the environment around your body, what's going on in your world. Everything is connected, and we're all unique. There isn't one set protocol or pill that works for everyone. I mean, there just isn't. We're all unique, and functional nutrition provides a personalized approach to you and your health care, in your health, in your best interest. And again, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose, treat, or cure anything. I practice the art of functional nutrition. Art meaning assess, recommend, and then we track. And I usually only make 1 or 2 changes at a time, just so that we can see what's working and what's not working. And again, I want to know about everything going on. All things matter. All the symptoms, the signs, they all matter because, again, they're all connected. We're using the 3 roots and many branches approach. You've heard me talk about this. The branches are the signs, the symptoms, the diagnosis, like what's going on with you individually. And in traditional medicine and many alternative practices, they just try to squelch your symptoms. You know, here, take this pill, take this supplement, and this will go away. We'll help this with one supplement. Well, again, everyone is unique and everything is connected and all things matter. And as long as you're just trying to squelch the symptoms, it's like trying to cut the branch off a tree. You know, it's going to grow back and even bigger and worse, or you're going to have new ones that sprout because you're not going to where the issue is starting, and that's in the roots. Go back on my screen. Oh, dear me. Okay, I got too many things open here. Okay, so 3 roots, many branches approach. You can see down here in the soil, in the terrain, in the environment, this is where we want to make the changes, and that affects what's going on in the branches. Another way to look at the 3 roots, genes, and we talked about mindset, environment, movement, and your food. And of course, it's connected to your digestion, microbial, mechanical, chemical, and structural, which is also connected to inflammation. Clear, modulate, enhance, and calm. All of the roots are connected. Everything is connected. So I want to talk about some of the tools that we use, because people are like, well, how do you do that? And so again, the art of functional nutrition is assess, recommend, track. This is one of our tracking sheets. I got this from the Functional Nutrition Alliance, Andrea Nakayama, and it's the Food, Mood, Poop Journal. And so when I first start working with someone, and maybe if we made several changes, I'm going to have them track what's going on. So the first column is food. You know, what did you eat? You know, roughly what time did you eat? And then if any symptoms, signs, anything comes up during the day, you just write that over here. So you may have something for breakfast that you're allergic to and say 2 or 3 hours, or it could be 2 or 3 days, maybe even the next day, you have some hives that came up. And so I want to have everything tracked so that we can look at the picture of that. And of course, we track your hydration, what time you went to bed, when you woke up, if you woke up in the middle of the night. And depending on what's going on with you, I may have you track a few other things, but I don't want you to get distracted from tracking, doing so much tracking. I like to start out, easy. So the third column is your poop. So the basic foundation for setting up your body for healing is that you need to be sleeping, you need to be pooping, and your blood sugar needs to be balanced. Those are the three foundational things that need to be going on to set you up for optimal environment for your body to do what it's supposed to do as far as healing and making you feel better. And so constipation in this country is chronic. It is just overwhelming how many people think that, oh, I'm just fine in that area, but they may only poop, I don't know, 1 or 2 times a week. So there's a lot of things in our fast food and in our American standard diet that's causing people not to poop like they're supposed to. You know, in a healthy person, it should be 1 to 3 times a day. And I guess there are some people that are experiencing intestinal problems where they have diarrhea all the time. So it could be the opposite. But anyway, we've got certain ways that we teach you how to, monitor your poop and everything. But anyway, it's pretty simple. This is one of the major tools that we use because it's part of the ART, the ART, assess, recommend, and track. Because we want to know if you're making changes, are they working or they're not working? And this is how we know. So another major tool is the functional nutrition matrix. Now this is like a medical chart, but it's more visual. And I'm just going to look at the areas, but just take a look at the center first. So if you can imagine a mobile that hangs down over a baby's crib, it's hanging on one string. So that would be, hanging in the middle here. And so if you tilt one side, let me take this off here right now. Yeah, so you have a baby's mobile. I live near Mobile, so I want to say Mobile, but it's mobile. You have it hanging on one string, but if you tilt one side, the other side goes up. If you tilt the other side, this side goes up. And, they move around and it could spin. But that's, one way to think about this. Okay, let me get back to Zoom here. And share my screen. So much for making that easy. I've got too many things that are open, but this is how we connect the dots. And it's pretty incredible. On the left side, we have the ATMs, and this is where we graph your story, your antecedents. This is your genetic predisposition to, certain illnesses or conditions that may be coming up. If you've got people in your family, say in my family, there's a lot of diabetics, a lot of obesity. So this is where this would go here in under the antecedents. Like, what do you have a predisposition? I don't know why I can't talk today. Predisposition for. And we also record your triggering events. Like if you had a major traumatic event in your life and then your health shifted, it could be related to that. But triggering events could also be when I eat this food, this happens. When I eat gluten, I get a major headache the next day. It could just be something like that. But these are the triggering events. And the mediators. Mediators are what makes you feel better. What do you do that actually helps you to feel better? And so we just list these here, and we do this by asking you questions. The questionnaire that I have when someone comes in to see me is 20 pages long, and there's a lot of questions because I want to know your story. I want to listen to you tell your story, because if I listen long enough, you're probably going to say something that's going to tell me where to start looking, what would be the best way for you to start. And so the middle of the matrix, you can see that we have the immune and inflammatory, gastrointestinal, structural, mind, spirit, emotions, hormones, neurotransmitters, detoxification, oxidative stress, energy production, environmental inputs. We connect these dots. This is where we list and put in all of your signs, symptoms, and your diagnosis. What do we know so far? What do we know about you? What's going on? And this is where we can see if there is a heavy, heavy load, say on your immune system up here. A lot of times when we connect the dots, it's going to come straight across here to your detoxification and your hormones. Or it could be we have heavy, heavy things going on with the hormones that could be directly related to gastrointestinal. Let me take that back. Almost everything is related to the gastrointestinal, but we need to know where it's showing up, where it's showing up. And so on this third side, these are where, what you're doing now and where we would make a couple of changes, where we want to start at. So it could be sleep and relaxation. Maybe that's where we feel, that we agree after hearing your story and looking at all the signs and symptoms, that we agree if you were able to get a better night's sleep, that a lot of these would be alleviated. It could be exercise and movement that's lacking. It could be nutrition and hydration. A lot of people are dehydrated, and that could be something simple that we start with, because that could help alleviate some of these signs and symptoms. Stress and resilience. What's going on in your life? Is there a lot of stress? How resilient are you? How long does it take you to come back from a common cold? Or, there could be a myriad of things going on in the stress category. It could be your job, could be, your family, other things. But, that's why we always look at the relationships in your network. What's going on in your community? Do you have mind, spirit, emotion community? Do you practice meditation? What are you doing already? We put those here. And then, each time we talk, we'll add one or two things. And then we go back to the tracking, because we want to see if that change made any difference. And so these are two of the major tools. And when you look at this functional nutrition matrix, it's been adapted from the functional medicine. The Institute of Functional Medicine, Andrea Nakayama, adapted it for our use so we can use it in the functional nutrition assessment. And it's just like looking at a medical chart. This is a snapshot in time. And every time we talk, we update the matrix. And it's really, fascinating to see. Sometimes it's almost, when you look down on it, it can just be like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that almost everything is coming from the gastrointestinal, or my detoxification pathways don't seem like they're working properly. You can see what's going on, and it's pretty amazing to get a visual of a medical chart. It's the way I like to describe it. So if you're curious about your 3 roots and many branches, download the handout if you haven't already. Take notes. Just think about what I said. You can get it for free at TamiJerseyRoberts.com/blog. Look up any of these videos, and at the bottom of that post, there's going to be a link to download the handout. Again, the handout is from Andrea Nakayama at the Functional Nutrition Alliance. And I appreciate everything that she has taught me and shared with me. And I'm grateful for you. This is video number 5 in series of 5 videos on functional nutrition's approach to health. And if you do have any questions, definitely reach out to me. I've got a Facebook group. It's called Blood Sugar Master. What is the name of my Facebook group? Blood Sugar Masters. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You can also go to TamiJerseyRoberts.com, and I've got a help desk button there that you can email me through. Have a great one. Thank you.